the earth, the smell of the wind, feel the wind, and probably eat something fresh because I haven't eaten something fresh for a long time. Over. Well, Tim, I don't get that much homesick. I'm used to years and years of training to be away from my friends and family. I have a wife or a daughter, so I don't really get homesick much, but I call them often. Over. And Daniel, everything is going fine here. Alexander and Oleg returned to Earth a couple of days ago, but Dimitri is right here and is waving. So everything is going fine. You're working really well. Over. Severin, there are a lot of food here that I really like, but overall, I really like to eat nuts and fruit. Over. Dominic, I'm not sure if you're talking about the re-entry flight with the capsule, which is, it's a really big re-entry. I'm not really scared. I'm actually looking forward to it and experience this wild ride. And everyday life, I think everybody has everyday days. It's just on us to make them special. Over. Commercialization of space travel is a very positive thing, and I'm looking forward to the possibility to everybody to come in space and not to professional astronauts. And there are many people that I would like to be here during my mission as a tourist, my family, my friends, but also people that are able to describe the Earth in a better way than I'm able to. Over. Here in the station, we work together and live together. You can have some privacy, but in general, it's more a common life, and this is fine. Over. Well, Natalie, we of course, obviously, every day there are little misunderstandings and things like this, but we train long enough, and we know each other long enough, and we know what are the positive and negatives, and we really do everything we can to get along to be successful. Over. Well, you see, outside there is vacuum, so it's very quiet. Inside the space station, it's alive with fans and noise, little motors, air has to circulate all the time, so there are little noises here and there. But I find it very peaceful, no cars, no trains, no big noises. Over. Well, Tassel, I think the first thing I will do will probably scream. Okay. And after a few seconds, I will then deploy. We have a little jetpack, very little, but we can deploy it, and with it we can go back to the station. You need to be really careful because it's not, it works, but you need to be careful with it. Over. Well, if we get ill, some of us are trained as kind of a medical officers for a first emergency. But if you're really, really, really seriously ill, we will jump into the capsule and come back to Earth in a few hours. If you have a normal ill, you just need to rest. It's okay. You just sleep in which is tied down to the wall. Over. Oh yes, Alina, there is many, many years of training. It took me 9 years before flying my first spacecraft. And it looked to me I was still back in school every single day. I mean, doing homework, studying, and and doing all of these things. But I had fun, and the important thing is that you take it as fun. Over. In the space station, the temperature is about between, let's say, 19 to 24 degrees, and it's very comfortable. Some people stay in shorts. I have long pants, and it's very nice. Of course, when you are inside the spacesuit, then there is no air circulation, and there it gets pretty warm. But we have some kind of undergarment where some cool water is passed by and cool us down. If we get sweaty, it's okay. After a while, you take your clothes off when you get out and let them dry. Over. Mateos, yes, there is a lot of debris up in space, mostly very small, but they have a lot of kinetic energy, so we have a debris shield around the station trying to keep them away. And yes, the station has been hit by little things. Big things, so we actually see them from radars on the ground, and we move the station in order to avoid them. So far, so good. Over. Darius, liftoff in the Soyuz spacecraft was very, very interesting. I mean, it's a big carnival ride, and you actually, get squished on the spacecraft, and you try to look at all the parameters, make sure that everything was okay. I felt very good, and when I arrived in space, I felt even better. It was really nice to finally feel again in zero G. Over. Jacob, arguments, Joe, we discussed the talk, and the space station has a lot of redundancy path for communications, and it's really difficult, I think, that we really lose contact with the Earth. It actually happened a couple of months ago. For 6 hours we lost contact, but we have procedure on board, and in case